Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, brought to you by BetDSI, and I'm your host, Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365 for the latest Raiders news and rumors. My first rumor coming up here on the board, it's does Derek Carr love the Coliseum? This one's for Chucky heads. Believe it, baby. Derek Carr had this to say: we've had a bunch of people talking trash about the Coliseum, but I love it. It's ours. It's been fun, and the fact that it could be the last game next week is crazy. But when that time comes, we're going to enjoy it. The Coliseum has housed the Raiders from 1966 through 1981 and from 1995 until right now. But if there's one thing that I've learned from the Oakland Raiders report, it's their facilities. Yeah, they're not too good. And if Derek Carr loves it, well, I think we should all love it a little bit more. But here's the thing. I want to know from you. Do you want the Raiders to leave Oakland? I want you to type L for leave or type S for stay. And if you want to know what I think, DM me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. All right, let's head on in now to our rumor explainer so you can understand what the heck those Chucky heads even mean. 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that. This rumor, not going to happen. 1 Chucky head is a small shred of truth. I like to think 25% chance of happening. 2 Chucky heads, people are talking, 50-50. 3 Chucky heads, this rumor is pretty likely. 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby, 100% this rumor is going to happen. Speaking of 4 Chucky heads, do we at Chat Sports have the best deal on the internet? 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. Happy holidays from me and from everybody here at Chat Sports, especially to you, Raider Nation. And like I said, I got the best deal of the year for you. Rudolph, man, he dropped a ton of brand new Raiders gear on my desk. Heck, a bunch of Raiders gifts, and I'm trying to give them away to you. Think about this. You walk into a bar wearing one of those Raiders jackets, you're going to look cooler than frickin' Ice Cube. And if you want one of those, just sign up and deposit at BetDSI and then DM us on Twitter at at Chat Sports. And like I said before, the BetDSI, man, they're hooking us up with the best deal on the internet. It's at Live120. And remember, use that promo code Live120 for 120% deposit bonus, and it's at chatsports.com/bet. Here's one more look at those freaking jackets, man. They are beautiful. Shout out to BetDSI, free Raiders gifts if you're looking, hey, for yourself, or if you're looking to maybe stock somebody's stocking. Wow, that was difficult. With one of these jackets, go for it. Shout out to BetDSI. Next rumor coming up here on the board, it's are the Raiders going to be playing at Levi's Stadium, and this one's pretty interesting, but I'm only going to give it 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. Now, 2 months ago, I said that the top spot for the Raiders to play in 2019 would be Levi Stadium. And when you looked at the overall capacity, and I think with them potentially sharing with the 49ers, I thought it made a lot of sense. And personally, I think it's the easiest solution. But Judy Batista of NFL Network said that she just can't envision a scenario where the Raiders play at Levi Stadium. And apparently, the Raiders have been kind of reluctant in order to go, to San Francisco and to share that stadium. So, with that being said, would you want the Raiders to play at Levi Stadium? I want you guys to comment below. And if you think that you can think of a better place for them to play, hey, let me know. Comment in the section. Comment below. Next rumor coming up here on the board. Could the Raiders potentially play 16 road games in 2019? Imagine 16 road games. I think it's pretty interesting. However, this one's 1 Chucky head, and I think that there's a small shred of truth. And as my good friend there, Willie Nelson, once said, on the road again. But to be honest, I'm really hoping that this doesn't happen. And ultimately, I think the Raiders as well are hoping that they don't play 16 road games in 2019. Now, Oakland is ultimately suing the Raiders in the NFL for $240 million because they're saying that it violated the rules and approving the move to Vegas. And also, I just don't think Oakland wants to lose its NFL team. And I'm sure Raider Nation doesn't really want to move from Oakland. Like, when you lose an NFL team, that's going to take away a lot of money from the city, and I think ultimately that's what Oakland is the most upset about. Raider Nation, what's going on? Hey, I got a little bit of a favor to ask from you. Can I get a hashtag Raider Nation in the comments? I love doing this show, and I will say this. Out of all the teams that I've covered here at Chat Sports, the Raiders fans, you guys are my favorite by far. So if I could get a hashtag Raider Nation in the comments, I would definitely appreciate that. What's going on, Raider Nation? You guys can follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365 for the latest Raiders news and rumors. And also, subscribe below to youtube.com/Raiders Report if you want to get on the show. I do my Raider Nation rumors. So, again, if you want to get on the show, got to subscribe below. youtube.com/Raiders Report. My next rumor, and it's a pretty good one, I think. And are the Oakland Raiders going to be playing in Oakland in 2019? And I know I said that really weird, but are they going to be playing in Oakland in 2019? This one's two Chucky heads, and people are talking. Our sponsors here, BetDSI, came out, and they reported that the Oakland Raiders, the highest probability or where they're going to play in 2019, looks to be in Oakland. Now, with the reports of them being reluctant to play at Levi Stadium, that's interesting. And with BetDSI coming out with these odds, hey, I think it's pretty interesting. And I know I'm going to be putting my money down at chatsports.com/bet. And remember to use that promo code LIVE120. So here are the best odds right now from BetDSI. You got Oakland at +120, San Diego at +250, Santa Clara, Phoenix, and then 4 more rolling in here. We got Seattle, San Antonio. I did mention San Antonio in my latest video, or last video 2 months ago, about potential landing spots. Portland, Memphis, and then here's the bottom feeders, if you will, if you're actually trying to make some sick cash. Toronto, St. Louis, London is my favorite. Imagine the London Raiders. I'm actually kind of surprised Mexico City isn't on here. I would definitely have Mexico City over London, that's for sure. Or you can just go with the field, and it's any other city that you possibly want. Heck, maybe get them back here in Dallas. I think that'd be pretty sick. So, with all those going on right now, where will the Oakland Raiders play in 2019? I want to know from you. Comment below. And if you want to know where I think that the Raiders are going to play in 2019, DM me right below there at MitchellRenz365. My next rumor now, we're looking into Week 15 against the Bengals, and it's around Kelechi Osemele and whether or not he's going to be able to play in Week 15. And right now, it's about 50-50, so this one's two Chucky heads. He did miss Wednesday's practice with a toe injury, which I don't know how much. I mean, first off, I wonder what the size of Kelechi Osemele's toe is. It's probably like the size of my entire foot. But the severity of Osemele's toe issue is not yet 100% known. And if he can't go, look for Denver Kirkland to be able to start in his place. But when you're just looking at this Bengals defense, they're not very good at all. So Kelechi's obviously going to hurt, but maybe Denver Kirkland can at least be a decent fill-in for Kelechi Osemele. All right, like I said before, free Raiders gifts thanks to our sponsor at BetDSI. And what better way, I guess, to wish anybody a happy holiday than getting them a beautiful Derek Carr jersey? Or check out these Nike Kicks, custom Nike Raiders shoes. They are freaking beautiful. Heck, I'm wearing them right now, and I feel 2 inches taller. They are unbelievably comfortable. So shout out to BetDSI for hooking you guys up with some Raiders gear, shoes, jackets, jerseys. It's all there. And remember, bet on the Raiders this week against the Bengals in every game for the rest of the year at BetDSI. Use that promo code LIVE120 for that 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, you get $60 for free. You put down $100, get $120 for free. Heck, put down $500, get $600 for free. You're going to get free money, bet on the Raiders, and you're going to get a Derek Carr jersey or Raiders shoes. And what you got to do is you got to sign up a deposit and then DM at ChatSports on Twitter, okay? DM at ChatSports on Twitter. My next rumor coming up here is around Gabe Jackson, and is he going to be out Week 15 versus the Bengals? And this one is 3 Chucky heads, and I think it's pretty likely. Now, when I read the tea leaves, it's not looking too good for Gabe there, and I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks Gabe Jackson kind of looks like a larger version of Alvin and the Chipmunks? Like his smile? No? Maybe? All right, well, he missed Wednesday's practice with an elbow injury, and this is what I think the most amazing thing from what I heard. He injured his elbow, had an MRI and x-ray this past week, but that literally didn't take him out of the game. Like, he played through it against the Steelers, and he is a super tough guy, which makes me a little bit nervous that I put this one as 3 Chucky heads. But the fact that if he's unable to go, they're going to look then for Chaz Green in order to start in his place. But with Osemele potentially being out and then Gabe being out, who is the better lineman? And I want to know from you. I want you to type G for Gabe or type K for Kelechi. All right, so either it's going to be Osemele or Gabe. Who's the better offensive lineman? And with, if Chaz Green has to end up sliding in there for Gabe, that one's going to be pretty interesting there. And speaking of sliding in, I just got a chick, and she just DM'd me right now. She just slid in my DMs. She said, Mitch, you look pretty good, and it's because I'm wearing this Mizzen+Main shirt. So if you guys want to wear these comfortable shirts and have chicks slide in your DMs, go to comfortable.af and get yourself a Mizzen+Main shirt of your own. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.